Hello folks, we're back. It's Stens here, doing some more Noita. It's been a bit since we recorded an episode of this, so that's good. Good to start out drilling our way up. Recall, it's maybe about a month ago, but we got to the very bottom of the map, near the boss, if you will, or the work. The thing you grab. This way up from here, back into the Temple of the Art, takes quite a way of time to get through, but with this drill we should be through it before too long. It's just a little treacherous in there because we still only have these two wands. We have a nice super fast shotgun and we got this decent drill, but we are missing an explosive wand as well as missing a teleport wand. Like, that needs to be dealt with. And as you can kind of hear, the sputtering of my drill, it's not perfect. It actually stops here and there. So we're going to improve it from before, but at least this triplicate bolt shotgun seems viable. We should be coming out of this any second, but we are going to be at the bottom of the Temple of the Art. We're going to need to have our wits about us while we're in here. There is a light on this thing. That looks like... For a second, I was like, ooh, that looks like a orb, but it was not. Alright, this thing... Ow. Now remember, we don't have some sort of crazy form of automatic healing at this point. So it's basically going to be blood. And that means a lot of, like, running back up and drinking blood from the vault. What do we think about this thing? Well, it's not very fast. Could make an okay explosive wand. Ping pong path can be kind of fun. Did we end up getting Tinker everywhere? We did. I wouldn't mind a little ping pong path. It can be kind of cool for certain... Whoa, don't miss your money, buddy! For certain wands. I'm going to toss this, though, because it's not... just wasting a slot right now. Not normally my style to throw things out, but... Now that's like a mage of some sort over here. And if you look carefully, it's obvious that the Temple of Art spawned as like a dark room. Like, this is crazy. We have the, like, it feels gloomy in here problem, because it is bloody dark. And that's going to be a problem, because things can polymorph us in here if we don't see them coming. With the light on here and the homing and the what have you, we should be able to kind of take this and do what we need with it. What? Oh! There was like a bomb up there in that chest. I was like, what is that? Good thing we didn't stick around and like keep looking at it. It would be kind of cool to find our way up to the vault. I wonder if I can drink any of this. First of all, I feel like I can kind of chunk the meat with this shotgun. Are we at full? Well, we are now. Okay. So starting off at the bottom here, like having a little extra blood pool in the Temple of the Art, I think will be helpful. Ooh, look at this curse. It just is awful having this place be so dark, and I swear I just heard a little polymorph sound from something, so... You hear that little bloop, and you go, oh no. Alright, so we're going to double back a little bit to where we just came from. I don't like how dark it is, and I'm almost thinking that, like, we might be able to do a little better just heading up to the vault. And, like, don't get hit with polymorph. Whatever this liquid was here, it's not good. I don't know if that was polymorph. I think it was flamoxium, to be perfectly honest. That we can kind of mitigate. Alright. Still, I'm very hyper-aware of random liquids in this game. Do not just submerge yourself in stuff. Alright, hello. This weapon is good, though. I mean, let's make no mistake. Is this thing gonna blow? Yeah, it's a curse guy. That's okay. I don't want to really touch this curse, but I want the money, so look at that. Clever. Alright. We are working our way back up. We mostly came to the bottom of the temple to get that last perk, if I recall correctly. It's almost like, is this run still good, Stens? You haven't been playing for a while. Like, yeah, I know, life happens, but we're going to get back into it. We have some exciting things on the horizon for the channel. I know I say that every time, but y'all just have to see rather than believe me. Okay. Lots of cash, but that curse I really don't want to touch. I just nicked it. Something spit acid at me. That hurt a little bit, but we're okay. If we head far to the left, we're going to be getting closer to the... I forget the name of it. It's called the Tower. The Tower. The entrance into that. I don't do... I'm not a big tower guy. Like, you can go in the tower and that's fantastic. And some people like it. Sure. I would prefer to just dig in to it from above. You've seen me do that in the past series. Oh, that is a master of polymorph. Okay, good. We stayed away from him. Wonder if his body's around here. It like fell into this. Can I eat his body? I don't want to go through this hole. Just give me the cash. Got it. Whoa! Alright. I wonder if I can use this as a way to kind of... Yeah, it sort of did, but it also took me into a projectile. I do believe I can use this as a recoil weapon. I mean, a recoil, movement thing. That is a polymorphing thing. We don't want that to touch us. Okay. I think we could just fire this down and just go flying with it. Okay, excuse me. But that's like a ghost. Something is generating ghosts over here. Well, I have to use the light. Thank goodness there's a light on this thing, right? Imagine how blind we would be without that. Well, dig up. Blood up here? Lots of blood up here. Maybe Stens has been here already. First of all, I do want to drink some of this. We weren't quite at full because I got nibbled on. The fact that there's blood up here and some destruction looking stuff tells me that we've been here. I just don't know exactly where we are in orientation to the way out. But up is up is up, as we always say on this channel. But yeah, it's good to be back and having some time to play this again, you know? I'll appreciate those of you guys who waited around for the next video. I don't think we should address it too much, but... Okay. Up, up, up. Curse. Look at this curse. I don't want to touch this. Where are we? I don't know. I have to use my shotgun to even light this up. Something died over here. Give me the cash. Okay. Plenty of blood. That looks like maybe worm pheromone? Okay. Ugh. Worms in the temple are not the worms you want. I think that it doesn't make regular worm, it makes ghost worm. It's not like we get to drink its blood and have a good time with it. Because, you know, some worm blood would actually be really nice. This thing is weird. Or it's just a crystal kind of wedged into the geography. Oh yeah, we are up at the top here, and there's blood in this. This is it. There we go. It should stop being so dark now that we're up and out of here. Obviously, folks, we could be just exploring the temple more. Look at this fish is... I kicked him back in there. He's still alive. The nice things I do for the fish. There were chaos wands. Yes, yes. Yeah, none of those were really getting me. The main thing I think we want to do, here's where I'm at now. We could probably get rid of one of these blood. We still want this concentrated mana. We need Ambrosia. If I get Ambrosia, this drill will be more than adequate enough for us to go to a parallel world. Because really what we just need are perks. If this is going to be a run where we really want to do things like the Dark Sun mission, which is going to involve Stenz is going to have to like look that up, read how to do that, get that crown that we've been referencing in some past episodes, then we really need Ambrosia. And there are places where I could find it. It's just going to involve me potentially having to go into a fungal thing. And do I have the right tools in my arsenal to enter a fungal biome? I'm probably overly scared of them just because I've had bad experiences with them, and I touch a tiny thing of polymorph and like light on fire and die. And then like my high-end characters that, well, high-end, you know, in quotation marks. And that's what gets me to be like, I can't do it, I'm too scared. And that's probably where the Ambrosia is sitting. We get one bottle of Ambrosia, we're going to a parallel world. It's that simple. However, we'll be using this wonky drill to get through it because I'm not traveling in the overworld, especially without like a rapid teleport wand, and getting killed by all the crap. So I thought there might be fungus over here, but I believe this is a slightly different kind of biome. This used to be fungus on the left here, and I believe they changed this. So I'm gonna still look around here. Ugh. What is this? Is this worm blood? It is worm blood. What kind of worm died up here? Oh, first of all, there's money somehow. Cool, look at this. Thank you. There's like a few thousand gold sitting right there. This biome is horrible because the liquid that you get on you is so bad and it's poison. Ducks. Well, I think we'll be okay without the ducks. But I want to go up and really try to find mushroom. So if we stay to the left, to the right of this, we know we're not going to like suddenly drill into a bunch of ominous liquid or, you know, something like that we don't want any part of that. But at some level, I guess we have to, because this might be the biome now. Or is this meat? No, this is that. Yeah, see, the ominous liquid that's all up in that, I don't even know how I would get access to this wand here. Boom, 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 boom. I guess I can try to drill a hole in some of this to drain this out. I just want to see if it's a good wand. You never know what you're gonna find in here. It's like, dude, that's your circle of vigor right there. Don't touch it. Oh, I touched it. The water will wipe it off me. I am okay. I touched ominous liquid. It should now be draining, but the problem is, it's probably draining where my path out of here was. So we're just gonna have to dig through that dense rock to the right and get back on the main drag is what I'm afraid. And watch, this wand will be stupid anyway. Yeah, it sucks. Well, heavy shot is good though. And this would work as like a storage wand. Alright, this storage wand to me. We're tinker everywhere, so I don't need to care. There you go. I just don't want to accidentally shoot this like some heavy exploding bolt by pressing the wrong button. So let's do that. Alright, I don't want to go through the ominous liquid biome. I'm sure there's a better name for that, right? Benz is not saying it right. But we're not going through that. That's not happening. And look, right over here, a bunch of blood. It looks like that's the jungle. So within the jungle, there's usually a little bit of a mushroom biome somewhere in the jungle. We can try to go look for it. I thought I remembered seeing it off on the right. Ooh, we are immune to fire too. That'll be fun. We could make a fire wand in the third one, but just something that lights everything on fire is fun. That thing, I remember running away from that. We can't actually defeat that. Now, I believe we need like slice or something. Just polymorph that I almost landed in. Are you kidding me? Well, nothing would have killed me. I just would have had to hang around as a sheep until I started feeling better. Rune of Emptiness. I don't know what that does. Frankly, I don't want to know. Alright, there is blood all around. Like, there's no reason why we can't just have a sip. Get back to our appropriate amount of life. Drink, drink, drink. Okay, so this is that mushroom biome I was referring to. There's like a tiny chunk of it. And within here, there's often a lot of potions. Swapper. Okay, swapper. Oh god. Okay. Panic. Panic. Okay. Okay. Well, if we missed this, this is something. Oh, that's good. The shotgun is even like, it's like the air is like dense. Is that Ambrosia? It's unstable teleport, which will, well, we won't be needing unstable teleport because I'm not planning to go to a new game plus during this run. This run's focus is on getting the crown. So we won't be needing to make like we won't be needing to make, it's not worm, the guiding powder by combining that with Flumoxium like we had to do at the end of the last Noita excursion. So that biome was kind of lame. It did not, it wasn't big enough to do what we wanted. So I do believe it wouldn't hurt for us to check out the right side of the map. I feel like the right side of the jungle leads to the dragon. And like, we've had enough embarrassments with that dragon. Remember when he killed us a couple months ago? This looks a little unexplored, so I mean we could just find Ambrosia anywhere. It's just a matter of like putting the work in, finding it. Because once we have it, first of all, this is going to be a hell of a blood pile. Let's do what we can to expand this. I can drink some of it because I picked up a heart. Scoop-de-doop. Okay. Alright. Got a little spider stuck in this. Deal with that. You know, money is still a thing. We're gonna need all that. But man, we really need perks, so we just basically must get Ambrosia and we gotta get through it. I don't know whether I can actually get through it with just Ambrosia, to be honest. I do believe a simple teleport wand will also be required. Because you have to pour the Ambrosia and then move. Like, I mean, like, this would be an okay teleport wand once I get that spell. Like, didn't we see it somewhere? I mean, we can always just go back and look at all the random wands that we've left behind. Part of me wants to just kill the dragon and like out of like a... I think he's gonna end up killing me, right? Like why? I can't do it. Can't do it. What's the point? Like I'd get a heart and a crappy wand. So we're just gonna move on. And kind of look around the jungle a little bit more. But ultimately, if that was the end of uncovering the jungle, then we need to head up and go to the real mushroom biome that exists on the left side of the underground mine? Question mark? Which is going to be what, 3 or 4 stages away, but without a teleport wand. We'll have to kind of wiggle our way there. I feel like this sort of is a teleport wand though, because like look at this. Oh, it's kind of awkward, but it's theoretically I can be like blip and just kind of like, is there enough recoil that I go up? Yeah. Cool, huh? Chaotic polymorphine. Is that Ambrosia on top of it? wonder if there's a way to make ambrosia. I pour something into that and it just becomes that? That would be so cool. But no, there's no way. That's return. That is not teleport, otherwise that would have solved our issues. I'm sure there's a dig up here. There isn't. Okay, we have not... Probably because I didn't have a viable drill to do this until I got to the jungle, so we are going to be returning to some lost areas. There is a random wand on the bottom of that. We are looking for just small teleport bolt, so anything with that would be good. That's not it. Earthquake craziness. We can skip that one. So we're in the base. I don't believe the base, next to the base is probably the magical temple. Boom. I'm immune to fire, so let's not forget that. I've been like avoiding fire. Sometimes this biome itself will have like these little like potion rooms. There's a wand with nothing. Garbage. Like if we found like the potion room, you know, our troubles would be over, right? Well, except we'd still need teleport, but that should really be one of our goals right now, is like, how does Stens go to a parallel world in a future episode? We know what we need. We know what we like. This is kind of interesting. Very electric, but I don't believe I have any kind of immunity to electric, so we're asking for all sorts of problems. This is like a little shop. Cool. Some stuff. Unremarkable. Oh, we already looked at this. Hey, could you be Ambrosia? No, you're not. You're guys. I just see that red flicker. I'm like, ooh, Ambrosia? No, why would it be? Lots of the base is uncovered. Like, who knows what we'd find up here? Probably at least hearts. I'm immune to this fire. I can just step in it. I don't see any reason why we can't take a moment to, like, kind of uncover this place. This probably is one of those places where it's like, we'd have to go back a few episodes to check, but it would be like, oh my god! And I was like dying, and I had to run and get to the end of this before I was ready to move on. That's probably what it was, because a lot of this looks uncovered. Zzz. Hello. Coming through. Fellas? I prefer to kill them with the shotgun, because I want blood. Give me your blood. All of it. Trap that in there. Psst. Okay. Yeah, like, we've been walking out of this, walking through the holy mountain places and triggering the earthquake, which means that we totally didn't have, like, a good drill or a viable way, or maybe we just didn't want to anger the gods earlier. That looks quite polymorph. Yeah. Oh my god, don't go near that. Let's get a little bit away from that. Ah! Now, I might be immune to fire, but I am not immune to explosion. So let's be careful. What's this? Air? Hey! Health, good. Max life, 455? What was this? We already looked at it, it was stupid. Great memory. Hi. Okay, this is looking pretty toxic in there. We could detoxify that and see if there's anything in there. Which... sometimes there's like actually things inside of the toxicity. Ooh, I'm gonna like drown down here from all this blood. No, we're fine. Yeah, I almost want to just take a look in there. Should we have a little adventure? Already starting to just detoxify on its own. Some water got in there. Clean water. Oh, it's frozen. Yeah, there was nothing in here except ice and potential drowning. Really great content. Okay. Let's drink blood. And not tons of water. Come on, Stens. Now I'm getting water in the blood. Pour that out. That was dumb. A little bit of water in the blood is okay. But not 2%. Get it out. It's fine. Well, we're on the right side. Some of this is uncovered, and it's looking rather bloody. So my first theory that we just skipped this is essentially not right. This is looking uncovered, though. Hello? Ouch. You have thrown a dynamite at me. That's where we, like, hammer the stuff if you're gonna convert the, tablets, I think is how it's done. I've messed around with it. I think it actually even pays you, or just converts it from Glyph to English, or whatever your language is. Look at the blood I'm gonna get in here. This is gonna get quite spicy. Yeah. We are gonna bleed this out. All of this. See what we can do to juice it. Because we are going to be coming back here to heal. So, anytime we find some bodies lying around, let's take a moment. These blood piles are nice. And this one, I bet if we put a little hole, we drain it down. It's going to go into this levitation juice, but in general, it's always good to be like, blood goes down and is at the bottom. Because we will be returning to here as a vampire frequently. This looks a little unexplored, but we are underneath some very toxic stuff. Also looking unexplored up here. Oh, hello. Not much. We already looked at this. There's the saw blades. 180 life. Alright. So the base. Yes and no. Looks to be like we haven't returned to the base yet, but we were pretty thorough in our examination of it. Because now that the gods aren't mad, we can just go about our business. We should also check these shops, you know, in case we left behind something as simple as a small teleport bolt will come up. Also be a core part of what we need for parallel worlds, as I keep saying. Oh, yeah, earthquake. There's a Nala on here. But it's shuffled. This is gonna be terrible. Explosions and things. Yeah. Trash. Up we go. This will take us to the frozen wastes. It's like my kingdom for a black hole at this point, because this is a little tedious. I mean, this drill isn't awful. For a low-level drill, like, whatever. I'm literally using my shotgun to propel me. What is this? This is a wormhole, if I've ever seen one. No, it's not. It's just gonna be tons of water. Just felt a little short. Ah! Alright. How much of this level did we get explored, huh, Stens? It's looking pretty bright in here so far. The left side is Magical Temple, which could have things. This will create some sight and let us get through it, but I don't know whether light actually does work for that. We'll have to see. What we really need is, like, all-seeing eye. Hey, health. I mean, we will find all-seeing eye once we go to those parallel worlds. I mean, I'm planning to go pretty far in parallel worlds. I mean, not like 10, but if we have to go... Oh. Regular teleport bolt? Eh? Sure. Yes. That's good, right? Ay, ay, ay. Okay. They're dumb. This is shuffle. No, this one's not shuffle. Okay. Storage one we'll pick back up later, but for now we can get rid of all this junk. Because I think what we want is teleport plus reduce lifetime. And maybe this accelerate, reduce recharge. Should be... This actually will become a teleport wand. Oops, that belongs over here. What is going on? I'm hearing things. Alright. Let's try making... Well, first of all, put in the right wand stance. Let's do a little reduce recharge. Put a light on it, why not? Oh, I had a black hole this whole time. Wow. And then this is going to become 4. The storage wand will be 3. And... yeah, this is a teleport wand. Oh, reduce lifetime, like, really... Gods are very impressed with you. What? What does that mean? This is... Okay. Feel like... yeah, without reduced lifetime, it sucks. So we are going to put this on here. It's just not going quite as quick as I would like. Gods are impressed. I don't know quite how that happened or what that means. Circle of buoyancy. Healing bolt. Okay. Is this bounce? Alright, we want remove bounce. Well, I guess this is technically a teleport wand. Like, I think it's kind of a stretch to call it that. There were bad guys in here because it's that magical temple, which I can see into. I can see in there by using this. There could be wands that will save the day. There are mages in here, though. To get away from that. And this is... okay. I just need this to see, too. You. Get dead. That thing? No. Oh, mages? Doesn't this feel wrong to everybody that I'm in here? Like, what was he thinking? There is an orb at the back of it. Ah! And there could be wands. There's like flying wands in here. But I can't see. I can't see. And I really don't think we're going to find Ambrosia in here. So why don't we come back to this when we're feeling a little bit better about it? Look at this thing. This is the, like, I fly this way. This is crazy. It's hard to actually use that. Teleporting. I don't like how one of the bolts, like, doesn't port, or, like, doesn't get the reduced lifetime to proc on it. Like, why is it doing that? It's like, am I running out of mana? Is this shuffle? It's not shuffle. Go figure. We put a Nala on here. Did we ever find a Nala? No. I thought we did. We just found something that had always cast. Off to the right side. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is a teleport wand. Crit stuff. Oming. We already... Well, it's aiming arc. Do we want a critical plus? I think we do. Let's make this thing crit. Ooh, it is costing me... It's draining mana by putting that on here. So, we just sort of gotta hold on to it. Yeah. Don't quite have the mana to use that. But once we find like a iron stomach and we sit there for an hour and drink concentrated mana, then we'll be doing it. What? Just... Oh, I went into some freezing vapors. Isn't this bad? This is leading toward like a boss or something, and we don't need that. I think this is the path to the Master of Wands. That's completely not happening. Thing's troll. Ugh. Polymorphine, huh? Well, that liquid could be around. What about you? An egg. Do. My, like, discarded tablet. My throwing tablet. It's always funny to run and be like, hey, my old throwing tablet. Hey, bad guys are in here. Tons of bad guys. Let's get that blood. Look at this. Okay. We are going to take a look at that wand a little better after I'm going to bleed this thing out. Let's fill this. That should have juiced every corpse. Well, no mana recharge speed, tons of summoning eggs, and it's just a garbage. Just trash. Let's drain this. Looks like it's going to be draining both ways. Don't want to necessarily blow this up. Okay. Alright. Why don't we have a drink? $5.31 seems to be cap. Potion's a potion. Alright, we're all healed up. And not even like healed from damage, just from finding hearts. I knew we would find hearts. We are taking significantly less damage at all times thanks to just being immune to fire. I mean, that goes so far helping a Noita guy. And taking a second look at some of these wands will help. Accelerating bouncy burst could be cool if we were a little lower level. A little past that at this point. This is looking dark up here. And this way. Okay. Oh, what's this? Worm pheromone potion. Not what we were looking for. But yeah, if I see that little bit of red, we need to investigate every one of those. Oh! Excuse me. He died, right? Okay. This is like a something... What is this? Oh. An egg. What are you? Damage plus? Probably worth holding on to. Put it in the storage wand. Just good modifiers that are kind of universal and get put wherever they need to go. This is like a levitation? Or is this worm stuff? Let's levitate. Drink up. I don't mind a little bit of that. For 10 seconds. Acid trail. Okay. There's the magical temple again. For some reason, it's like staying lit where we were. No, it's not lit. It just looked like that from the outside. Our decision was final. We're not doing that right now. It's not what we wanted, which was really... Why does that do that? Wish I knew why this teleport wand occasionally is... Like, some of the bolts are just going permanently. And with the gods are impressed, I feel like I may have accidentally created like a 0 duration thing or a negative duration that tweaks the game out into thinking it's like positive or unlimited. Don't know that that's exactly how it works. Correct me if you want. But I think something is up with that. That I stumbled upon something. Anything cool in here? I just like short teleport bolt would have been great. Alright, I guess we're on to the frozen wastes. Any of this? Yeah, we gotta go up. Actually, wasn't that just frozen wastes? Yeah, it was. So this is the... sorry. This would be the underground mine. And this will lead us to that mushroom biome we were looking for. With plenty of time to spare in this episode. I think with this, well, first of all, we could just like mine the gold too, which is going to be completely asinine, and it's so hard for me to pass up that opportunity cost. Now that I'm back here with a good drill, oh my god, it's just tiny bits of money. That's a Sten's problem. That's a me problem. We don't need to do mining all day. Hello, what is going on? This seems like a place we did not explore. We had to just flee from here. Because this is looking extremely dark. And that bodes well. We might even find, like... We might find that potion we need. We might find a spell we need. I'm not immune to the toxic. That much is certain. These are water? Okay, I was like, man, if that explodes with whiskey bomb in my face, that's not gonna feel good. I am poisoned. Okay, I was toxic. I need some blood now. Yeah, look how dark this is. We were not here. Or we were here, but we had to go. You know how it is. Like, oh my god, I gotta get out of here. It was one of those scenarios, I'm sure of it. Alrighty. A little blood. What about you? Always cast bounce. Why am I even looking at this? And what possible scenario would that wand help me? This looks like a discarded newbie wand from me. Yeah, that looks like a... Okay. Missiles. Awkward. I mean, we're Tinker everywhere, so it doesn't hurt for us to just look at it. Is it gloomy in here, too? Doesn't it seem... No, it's not, because we're seeing the trail behind us. It's just dark. We just haven't been here yet. There's water barrels everywhere, which is kind of cool for this level. There can be a lot of toxic stuff around. Yeah, there's just water barrels up everywhere at this point. Okay. Now, we're looking at the right side just to explore this, but the real heavy lifting is going to be done on the left side, because I think that's where the mushroom biome is. I can't resist a little bit of low-hanging fruit, sorry. We're not going to mine all of this. We will be here all day. I almost like just need to mine it like without recording and be like, check it out, guys! I mined everything. But then what kind of long play is that, right? I think those of you guys who do watch this probably want to see how the sausage is made. Otherwise, you would have clicked away a long time ago. Alright. It's cool to, like, breaking these wheels is fun. There's something satisfying about it. Moving right along. This is not the way we want. Okay. Well, I don't need to use that to propel myself. I have a teleport wand, people. Alright, this is the way up. It's always possible, too, that we left something stupid behind up there. There's like, there's a wand that has exactly what we need. It is so dark over here, we clearly abandoned this level before it was ripe. But you know, it only takes a second to be like, oh god, I'm like half dead. Better go get that next heart. It's like that, or like try to climb around in the tree, which is worm pheromone. Not what we wanted. Okay. Why don't we go up just to, because we're here? And this will give me, I'm not like I'm not, whoa. I'm not like leaving. I think I just burst that potion. I just wanted to see if there were wands that had like small teleport bolt. Lights. Left behind things. Okay. Discarded wands from newbie times. Yeah, we totally blew up that pheromone, but we don't need it. I can't think of a real great purpose for, like, summoning worms. Well, the pheromone could be cool for, like, I spray it, a worm appears, and then I drink the worm's blood. Like, doesn't that could be a viable thing? I also believe that worms are a little more universal in what they choose to fight. So sometimes they can be... Putting the pheromone all over the enemies can get them to kill the enemies, I'm assuming that's how it works. Not something I have experimented with. I just need more blood. One of my potions is like at 71%. We want to be like really well equipped before we head into Mushroom Town. Because we could die. I mean, our game can end in Mushroom Town. Like, this could be like, well, it was fun. Guess we're done. Back to the beginning. We can't let that happen, though. First of all, something ridiculous is going on in this room. Stuff's exploding. Oh, that guy's grabbed a wand and then, like, blew himself up in a pile of gunpowder. So that was kind of cool. This is the mushrooms. This is it. Okay. Hello? Well, right. We gotta do it. Let's start at the top so we don't have strange liquids hitting me. First of all, what is this? Nothing. It's just part of the map. Okay. Blow up most of these radicals. There's this guy now that has like an Ambrosia symbol on him, so we might be harvesting Ambrosia. What just hit me? Yeah, there's Ambrosia. I see it. We'll have to. We're just gonna have to be a one blood guy. We're gonna scoop that up. We're scooping this. Yeah. This is scavenged Ambrosia, people. Well, how do we kind of siphon it all into one thing? These guys are just gonna sit here fighting each other with that. Yeah. Excuse me. Okay. Guys. Okay, how am I going to scoop this? Scoop, scoop, scoop. The things we do for Ambrosia. What did I get it to? 24% with crap in it. With ugly liquids. That's always what's going to happen when you're harvesting from a spill. Okay. Did that get me any of that? 28%? Cash. Give me the cash. All the money. All of it. Oh no. There we go. Okay. It's getting a little messy in here. That feels like there would be more ambrosia that leaked somewhere else. Invisible. Who was bursting all the potions in here? That's also some form of polymorphine. Yeah, it is chaotic polymorphine. There are bad liquids. There are bad liquids. They're in here. They're around us. But the ambrosia could have fallen further down, as long as it's not like surrounded in a pile of polymorphine. We might be able to harvest it, more of it. Look at all this blood in here too, mind you. What is this? Kichkavili thing. That's bad. Bad, bad, bad. Now acid? Where'd the rest of that ambrosia go? How can there only be 24% of ambrosia? This acid is cooking. Look at all this! Worm pheromone. Ow! What just happened? What is this? This is worm stuff. This is bad. Now we're gonna have worms. Are you Ambrosia? There's like this guy. There's my boy Jody. Well, I don't know their gender. Always is like, you need to change the settings so you can actually see what is happening when you highlight these. And I'm always like, yeah, I'll do that. I can't. I have no idea where that is. So it's like I just. This is a perfect example of like good comments on YouTube that I need to listen to better, because I'm unable to decipher what's in here. Are you Ambrosia? That's Phlomoxium. Darn. Ugh! That was a polymorph blast we just narrowly dodged while we were screwing around. Ambrosia. Done. Set this down. Get out of here. Swapper. Ambrosia acquired, and then I blew up my harvested ambrosia. Doesn't matter. 33%. Or, I mean, this 100% pure. Let's get out of here. And not through polymorphine. And not... well... whatever that is. This is enough. That's enough. This teleport wand that we have, plus... I mean, this quote-unquote teleport wand. Excuse me. Oh, teleport. Speaking of teleport, let's just wait that out. Oh my god. Okay. Speaking of getting teleported. Yeah. Well, we did what we needed to do. Now I have like a great kit of potions. Well, this one will eventually become blood when we don't have to be able to. We have to still put poison out at this point. And I wanted to hold on to concentrated mana because I just really like doing that once I get the perk, that belly perk. After we learned about that last run, we're in good shape. So we're sort of on the home stretch of this episode. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't head all the way up to the very beginning and get to the top of the map, take a look around, head over, grab the the couple of orbs of knowledge. There's no reason not to pick those up. They'll give us health. We get the one from the pyramid. I leave a corpse behind that we can... well, let's drink him. Okay. Drink that man. There might be some blood around too, some places. here. Oh, and whiskey? Cool. Apparently I've had a drink. No, I consumed oil. I don't know what that was. Alright, whatever. What is this? Pheromones. Cool. We are at the top of the map, folks. There's outside. Ah, we'll just go out the main door. Why not? This is the wonkiest teleport wand. It's okay, though. I mean, it's gonna take us into up here, kinda. Ah! Well, I don't want to destroy this, because this is how we're gonna end the game. Ugh. See, this wand sucks. Yeah, it'd be great to know why this wand sucks, too. I just want this orb, excuse me. Thank you. Okay. Off we go. We're off like a herd of turtles. This sucks. Oh, that's just the orb going off. We will get the one at the top of the pyramid. Why not? Ooh, you know what else we could do? We're not going to do that this episode. But before we go to Parallel World, you know what we need, right? The gold. Ooh. Now that's high quality content, like digging around in the brickwork till we find the gold. It might help somebody, though. Not everybody knows that that's there, and I think before we go do a bunch of rerolls, we could use, you know, a good 100 grand, you know? There's that second orb for us. Let's get started on it, and then next episode we can just get the gold and do the Parallel World. Right? I think let's start with this right one, because we have the gold that we can do. I should be soon hitting a brick wall. Done. We go up a little bit, and there's this curse. We don't deal with that. Or we do. We might end up dealing with that, because that could have something to do with the mission that we are doing. Once I do a little research and figure that out. Yeah, so we'll spend the next couple of minutes till we hit our hour mark, starting this hole, seeing if we get a little lucky. Because you know how this can be. Sometimes I need to dig like a bunch of rat holes in this until I find it. It would be pretty cool if we could get there in the last 2 minutes. We won't, though. I mean, I have to kind of crisscross this thing a few times. It doesn't spawn in the same place every time. Like, it's somewhere up here. I'm sure there's like a range of a few places it can be, but like, what am I supposed to navigate by? You know? So this is good. Getting that Ambrosia bottle, taking the plunge and going into, risking it all, I think I saw it, risking it all to go into the mushroom world was worth it. If we didn't find that Ambrosia, I mean, we were going to try to do it with 28% scavenged Ambrosia, which was going to be ugly. And probably, I mean, it would have been enough to get through, like, one. But remember, there was other, like, toxic things in that bottle, because anytime you're just scooping stuff off the ground, you're bound to pick up some gross things. So, yeah, you know, I don't think we're gonna get that thrilling climax, but, you know, maybe we'll push this episode a little into what we call stoppage time. They don't use that term anymore in soccer, but I think they call it extra time. But we are going to just flirt with it a little bit. If we find our treasure. This drill isn't spectacular either, so the tedium of getting the gold this time is heavy. Does this, like if I use this, does that light us enough? It's not creating quite enough light. If I put a light on the drill, would it run out of energy? Would it run out of mana really quickly? It does. It's like, okay, we got it. Hey. Okay, cool. Alright, alright. Instead of just stoppage time, we're gonna have fun time. I'm teleporting around in here. Yay. Oh, yes. Okay. We'll spend the next few minutes musing and watching our money go crazy. Ooh, it's a big one. I think they're always the same size, honestly. It just always feels bigger than you think it should be. And we have what? How much money have we now made? 51, 52, 53. It's just all flowing. It was so worth it to stop here. We need to reroll. We weren't making tons of money. We don't have like some kind of gimmick setup of perks where it's like trick blood money, greed times 4, everything's dying by accident, all of that sort of stuff. There's ways to do that and then take advantage of that. And once you're on like 5, 6, 7 greeds, especially if you go to hell with that, you can totally be in the millions really quick. And I think we were in that in our 33 orb victory from when would that have happened? Like back in like August or September of 2014. Might as well put the year because people could be watching this in the future. We did have tons of money by doing that, but it's in order to get to like infinite gold, it's something like 2.1 billion. I can't remember the exact number, but that can be a really good way to do lots of extra damage just by doing gold to power on whatever your weapon is. But either way, that's way more money that's in here. This is not 2.1 billion gold. This is a few 100,000. Mere portions of a percent of all of that. So, but you know what it is enough money for? Rerolls. Like a lot of them. So, you know, those of you who decided to click around and hang out with, or not click away and hang out with Stens a little bit past our normal end, we'll see the final result of the money that we get to. There's just something somewhat euphoric about sitting here and picking all this up in this place without any enemies. Great reason why we didn't sit there and just mine the mine at this stage in the game would have been just asinine. So I know we did a little bit of picking things up in that, but you know, if it's right there, I can't help it. Love how this one, see right beneath us here, we went right under the gold and didn't see it. So I do like that kind of up, jagged left, right, and like make little branches. And that seems to be more than enough to get through this. The thing will be that once we're in the parallel world, this teleport wand, I just don't see it being viable enough to outrun the alchemist or the like master of wands, like little brother, who exists in these parallel worlds and are just flying around the overworld. They will make very short work of you if you are not careful. Like, a character at my level of power could be annihilated by the alchemist if he decides to, like, land on top of me and throw 12 saw blades at my head in, like, 5 frames. So that we're going to need... Basically, what I'm saying is we're going to need to dig that service tunnel that you've seen me use in the past, where it's like, I'm not in the overworld. I'm just digging right underneath it, and you can kind of see the overworld above, and it's like pow, 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 of all this stuff like shooting at me while I try to navigate that. That's all in a future episode. There's a little bit of a little foreshadowing for y'all. Those of you who may have watched some of my last videos and then saw that I was gone for a month, but, you know, There were a couple vacations in the middle of that, which we'll talk more about in the future, and there were a few extenuating circumstances, but I'm not gone. So thank you all. If anybody takes an interest in what I'm doing for some reason and wants to see more Noita, there will be more Noita and what have you. So just thought we'd do a little fireside chat while I pick this up. And the tedium of the last bits of it. But what are we up to? 276,000? Awesome. Okay. Oh, and the cat is playing with my foot. So I think my cat is saying you're done. My cow cat? Okay. And alright, on that note, okay, I'm sorry, Theo. I'll play with you. Alright. Next time, Parallel Worlds, more money, more perks, more victory, lots of power to be accomplished in both directions for Parallel Worlds. We're going to get so many perks and just be pulsating with power before we try to do any malarkey with the with that quest. So, thank you all for watching and staying the extra 6 minutes. I will see you all in the next episode. It's good to be back, and have a good night. Bye-bye.